gone over a bit. I don't want to do this. Well, it wasn't the start to the day which we were hoping for. We arrived to, well, this is what happened. Well, we just made a bit of a discovery. Eden spotted something odd with the clins this morning. Anyone see the issue? Maybe a giant flipping Texel ram from next door. We might have just ruined our breeding season. And we've got to go and buy a ram today. And it might be too late. He hasn't got a rattle on either, so we don't know what he's been up to. What's that out there? That isn't our sheep.
That is not our sheep. Nowhere near our sheep.
No, listen to her voice. It's low.
So I'm gonna have a look for a gap.
It's getting worse. We've Eden's just found the gate at the top where there's a gate between us and next door, and it's been left ajar. I don't know how or why. So I think some of these ewes are not ours either. So he's definitely got to go. She can go in with the South Downs. I thought I had problems with yesterday's jobs, but this is going to be harder. So he's got to go. And then I think I've seen, she doesn't look like ours.
No.
Does she? She's got, we need to go through all the flocks, see which one's got Sally's herd number, flock number on.
No.
We sit, and she's ours in the middle. Yeah, so that's one. Not you, but two. That one. So 2, 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Right. So the next door come over with the dog. They managed to bring the 4 down here. And we were mistaken. We thought one of those ewes, and actually they thought one of the ewes was theirs as well. Turns out it's ours. The big one, the big shilling. So we've now got our 11 clins in here, and the South Down, and the clippers. You ready to get covered in sheep muck?
Yeah.
For some reason our little Romeo here is trying to get in with them and completely ignoring all of the South Down ewes that are up here.
Maybe he wants to get to the other South Down.
I don't know what's going on, but he needs to get back on the job. So we're going to try and dag all these and get that South Down out, which should leave our 11 clins, then go back up in the top field with the now tied up gate. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Have you ever used this kit before?
Well, no, only last week. Last time I was trying to get them off singly, one at a time. I'm going to try and just bunch them up really tight. We still haven't got a name for the ram.
Rambo?
Rambo?
Yeah.
Did you notice that Gwyn had baling twine in his pocket? Anytime he needed it, he's like, whoop. Okay. These are going to be easier. Oh, it's just this. They're going to push this open.
I found this, by the way.
What, the rope?
Yeah.
He did. Not sure it's going to last long. It should last long enough. We've done it, I think. We've got all of our clins ready. The daggett is so much easier with these guys. I don't know why it is. I think actually just bundling them all really tight into the hurdles and then doing it just loose is probably easier than trying to single them out. Bit of a backache. Now we just got to get the South Down out.
We can get that out now, because it's there.
What?
We just open that gate and out.
The South Down?
Yeah.
Yeah. South Down's got to go out, the boss says. Oh look, he's here for it. Come and help me.
Sorry.
That one. No, this one. They're so much more friendly than the South Downs. People were telling me that these guys were wild. Our South Downs are like New Zealand rugby players. I'm not sure I've done a particularly tidy job on these, but they're clean.
Yeah, I thought it was a good one.
Oh, I feel like I need to do a bit of titivating.
Hey guys!
Steady on the concrete. Did we miss any?
No.
Look at those lovely white bottoms. Right, little pause in here, in between that part of the video and the next part of the video. We want to say a huge thank you to everyone for subscribing and the launch of the new channel. However, there's also one more thing. We are going to be backdating and relaunching some of our old videos. Over the past 6 months on the farm, we've been putting out some farm-related content onto the Restoration Couple channel. So a lot of you will have already seen that, but to keep it all in one place, we're going to re-release them with a few little tweaks, but mainly the same videos. They're going to always go out on a Thursday. So if you see one pop up on a Thursday and you think, I'm sure I've seen this before, you have. So one of the future ones, for example, maybe even tomorrow's one, is going to be the day that the cleanse arrived. So the day that we got our first sheep on the farm. And then there was a few more during the summer that we thought we'd move over onto this channel. So Thursdays will be a few old videos for the next few weeks, but there'll all be new content coming as well. Anyway, back on with the video. Well, we've just been to pick up the next edition. What do we think of him? I'll tell you, overpriced and aggressive. Have we been fleeced? Quite literally. He's like super pedigree, registered, expensive. I had not realised. I mean, the two that she had listed were not this one, that they were unregistered. Whereas she'd finished with this guy. He's been resting for a few weeks, and he is the mutt's nuts, but yeah. Hello, boy. Are you actually trying to bite me? Oh dear, he might take a run up at us. Right, we need to get some rattle on him. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
You can come in. Hey, boy. Try and get him friendly. Everything is going to be easier if he's friendly with us. Hey, lad. Good boy. That's it. Okay, filmer?
Yeah.
Good boy. Boy. See, we can be friends. We can be friends. We can be friends. He is so strong. Right, see if I can. I think this has got a bit thick. A bit thin. Good boy. Okay, come over a bit. Why did you do that? Whoa. Alright, out you go, Faith. Good boy. You. I don't trust that round one bit. After he's done his business, he might be going. Flipping heck. Go on, Goliath. Lovely. Oh, is that love in the air? Right, first job of the day. It's Monday, but not any Monday. It's Monday, flock down Monday, which means all birds need to be indoors from now on, probably until March, April next year. No one outside. Don't pass go. Don't collect £200. We need to get the trailer, which is the chicken shack, round and into the barn, and we'll make up. Believe it or not, that old tyre is holding its air. Not so lucky on this side, but it's still round, so it'll roll, right? Before we go any further, can I ask you a favour? Can you subscribe to the channel? Because it's only dinky, we've only just started it, and it's like going back to school, to be honest. 10 years ago was when we launched our main channel, and it's very, very odd seeing low numbers, low comments and all that, so it'd be nice to build it. If you haven't subscribed, you can do so down there, and also if you haven't done so, you can head over to the Restoration Couple website, which is the main website for now, and if you want to, you can join our mailing list there. So when we do have products from the farm for either collection or for possibly sending out, then you'll be able to find out that way. That's probably the way we're going to do it in the future. It'll be going on to Patreons for our patrons and out by a mailing list. At the moment we're looking at doing there's about 3 meat boxes left, loads of gammon, loads of bacons, packs of bacon, and a copious amount of sausages, and we're basically going to do it so there's one pickup in early December, and we'll have a bit of a meet and greet, or a meet and meet, and that'll be it. Anyway, back to chicken moving. Right, now we're up against it. Step here is probably a bit much. We did reverse up before. Well, we got it up. Bit of slipping and sliding. So I need to work out whether I'm going to reverse it in. I mean, the whole of this is going to be taken apart over winter, so I'm going to rebuild it. But for now, Joe had the idea that rather than just put all the birds into here with a roost, we'll try and back that up, and then that way the eggs and the roosts are separate from the pen, and they've got this as their recreational yard. Next problem is this has no jockey wheel, and it's pretty heavy. I don't know why it was built this way. The old boy who built it has kind of put all the weight at the front. It must be about, I don't know, 100 kilo or so on that nose. We'll have to, bit by bit. Pumped up tyres would be a lot easier. Sorry, a bit of off-roading. Flipping out, that's heavy. What we need is our little loader bag. That'd be perfect. Oh, I need a second pair of hands. We need to weld a jockey wheel on for certain. Sorry, chickens. Come on. Hello, girls. And then short term, rather than open up the back and risk anyone coming out the back, I'll probably just hack in to the side here, because we're going to rebuild it, and put a nest box just inside that. It's probably easier. Either that, or we'll just have to make sure they're out in the run. No, we'll do that. Otherwise we're going to end up with escapees. Any of you who keep poultry will already know that it's, you know, it's a necessary, compulsory thing to get them put away. But there's lots of things you can do to make it a little bit nicer. One is get them in a run, a covered run, and keep them on grass, because that's the ideal thing. Obviously, the bigger the flock, the bigger commercial flocks, they're never going to be able to do that. But if you've got the lawn or the garden or whatever, and you can have a covered run, it makes sense to keep them on grass. You might have to move them a little bit more often, but at least that way they're outside. They're also being kept away from wild birds. For us, they're going to be in there, and then they'll probably stay in there this side of winter, I guess. But coming into early spring, we'll use that chicken tractor, just the run part, probably out on grass, and I'll be moving that every day. And we've done that in the past. It works really well. It takes a little bit more management, but it's well worth it. Saw next door giving their chickens their final run around yesterday. Oh, it's quite a sad moment, isn't it, when they've all got to come in. They've had just the rain of this place for the past 6 months. Anyway, needs must. Poor old Matilda still hasn't had her breakfast. Before we do that though, she can wait another 5 minutes, because I want to make sure this fence, obviously the one that the chickens had, this 50-metre net, we don't need here anymore. So I'm actually going to move that. I might use it to split the lambs or something like that. But I've noticed that the South Downs, who are up in this paddock, have been getting at the fruit trees. As far as sheep go, they're not too bad because they're so dumpy they can't even get up. They've only trimmed off the bottom ones. Hello, you. How are we doing, big girl? Matilda needs to go to a boar soon. That way we will be looking at, I guess, March piglets. Maybe we'll leave it a few more weeks, and then we're going to hire one in. There's no need buying. We've only got one sow at the moment. It's pretty much 4 months. It's three months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. That's the gestation period for the pigs. So yeah, get some spring piglets on the way. Of course, we still got the 7 that we haven't sold. I'm going to try and sell at least the 2 gilts that are left, and then that'll just leave 5 boars. And they are getting to the point now where I definitely need to split them up. So I'm going to bring down the 2 gilts and see if they'll settle them back with mum in their own ark, maybe with a dividing line here. Hey boy, come on then. He's quieting down a bit. At least he's walking away from us, not towards us. And the lambs down there, I've actually given them, I've opened it up so they can go further along the meadow. But they just haven't realised. It's been 24 hours, they still haven't realised, so I might push them along a bit. That just means that they are 2 fences away from any of the tups as well. So again, just covering ourselves. But I'm hoping to move them, to overwinter them down at the lake, because I think if we can get that fenced, there's enough grass down there for probably 2 or 3 months, being that there's only 18 lambs. So that might be a good option, rather than trying to run everything back together. But of course we could put everything back together and pull the tups out, and then we've just got to make a small paddock for them. So we'll work out what we're going to do there. Why have I only got 1 glove on? I know why, because the other one's covered in sheep. Well, I guess it's back. No. As you can see, Fred, as you can see, the South Downs are, well, over friendly now, which is nice and easy to handle. Fred here likes his snacks. Anyway, this video is not about the South Downs, it's about the Clintons, so they can wait. Where did we struggle? Well, I guess day one, Samson was a little bit much for us, or so we thought. Like this gate. Actual fact, he's not too bad, and when he's with the girls, he seems to be pretty calm. So last Saturday evening, I brought them back down. They followed the bucket into this sort of hurdled pen, and we went through them all. Cuddle. One of the problems I had is that I didn't have enough colour on him. I didn't get enough marker on him when we first got him in that trailer. So he'd gone round all the girls, but I don't think he'd marked them properly. There he is there. I've managed to, now we've got him in once since, managed to go back over him. So you can see it's showing up a bit more. So her, there. So what we did is we kind of put a green dot on the back of the neck, just to show, because it's so faint, we could definitely see green on the back end. So she needs a green dot now, which is good. There he is. Come on. That's it. Perhaps he was just a bit overwhelmed when we had him in that trailer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think he's 8 of 11. He's still sniffing around. There's obviously love in the air somewhere. No, you don't need to follow me. No one's coming. I've intentionally left up this double gate system because they're just too keen to be back together. And until I know that everyone is covered with their pure rams, it makes sense to keep a double barrier, double fence them, especially after that incident at the beginning of this video where next door's ram got through. The reason for that gate, by the way, if anyone's wondering, is this was all part of the same farm a long time ago. And then bit by bit, bits have been sold off, but some of the gates have stayed there because, like, next door grazed onto this field sometimes and things like that. So over time, well, it was handy this year because they came through there to help us with the baling. So it's not a bad thing to have the gate there, but we need to keep on top of it. We're actually looking at double fencing when we actually got around to single fencing a lot of the fields. We'll actually want a double fence and put in new hedgerows and things in up there, because to be MB accredited, you need, I think it's a 2 metre gap between neighbouring farms, so it'd be good to get that back in, and it's just good practice anyway to have, you know, the hedges double fence. The original reason for doing the raddle was, well, one, to see that he was actually doing his job, but also to see when they were serviced, so that I would know when to expect lambing. Well, I thought it would be kind of, he'd catch half of them now, then we change to a different colour, and then he'd get another half. Well, turns out is that both rams have got all of them within the first week, which essentially means all 21 ewes will end up lambing at the same time. Isn't that right, Fred? Oh, you're strong. So it's going to be busy, and in addition to that, I'm going to tip on the floor. There you go. It's all gone. It's down there. And in addition to that, there's some new arrivals coming on the farm, which is definitely going to have to wait for a future video. And those new arrivals might be coming expectant mothers, and in which case there'll be something happening in January or February as well. So Jan, Feb, March, potentially piglets, April lambs. That'll kick off the year, won't it? Anyway, there we go. We have the next generation on the way. The Clins are done, South Downs are done. The lambs are out. It's too late in the day to deal with that. The lambs are down the far end. Why have they done that? I've got to leave it there. I've got to go and sand and plaster. Oh, Maggie! The dog's addicted to sheep minerals. Show me your face. Sit down. Sit down. Oh, you've been eating all of their mineral block, haven't you? I need to get on and do that. Thank you to all of you for watching the videos. Keep liking, keep subscribing. It's great fun, this channel, and I think it's got good legs on it. It's going to be good fun over the next few years to share all that's going on back here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.